Tamburi. It is with great pleasure that I will welcome you to this 18th Annual General Meeting of Dangote Sugar Refinery PLC to transact the business stated in the notice of meeting dated 27th March 2024 and contained at pages 12 to 13 of the annual report, which has been provided to members ahead of this meeting. There are 7 items on the agenda, 5 ordinary businesses and 2 special businesses. 3 of the items are for disclosure without requirement to vote. Before we begin, in accordance with Section 256, subsection 2 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, KAMA, and Article 36 of the Company's Articles of Association, I'm pleased to inform you that the Company Secretary has advised me that a quorum has been duly formed and we may proceed with the day's business. Accordingly, this meeting being duly convened and properly constituted in accordance with KAMA and our Articles of Association. Before proceeding with the formal business ahead of us, I'm pleased to introduce the following members of the Board of Directors of the company. As you are aware, that I'm Aliko Dangote, the Chairman of the Board of Directors. Thank you. To my, we have Mr. Rabindran Singhvi, Group Managing Director, CEO. Next to him, we have Mr. Olakule Alake, Non-Executive Director. Next to him, Ms. Mariam Bashir, Non-Executive Director. Next to her is Alaji Abdu Dantata, Non-Executive Director. Mr. Koyin Shola Ajayi, SAN, has sent his own apologies. He is stuck somewhere at the airport. Next is Mr. Uzo Nwako. Then Mrs. Benedicta Moloku. And then Haja Yabawa Lawal Wabi, Independent Non-Executive Director. And then we have a new director, Maria Aliko Dangote, whose appointment is brought to the AGM for your ratification. And then our company secretary and legal advisor, hardworking, Mrs. Temitokpe Hassan. I will now introduce the company's external auditors, the Group Chief Finance Officer, the Chairman of the Audit Committee, and other shareholder members of the committee and the company's registrars. PricewaterhouseCoopers Limited, PwC, external auditors, tax advisors represented by the engagement partner, Mr. Yinka Yusuf. You didn't clap for him now. Then our Group Chief Finance Officer, Mr. Oscar Mbeche. Okay. The Chairman Audit Committee, Mr. Olusegun Olusanya. He is also stuck in traffic, sorry. And the other shareholder members of the Audit Committee are Hajia Muhibat Dankaka and Madam Tahiru Ado is also here. You people, are you tired? Thank you. Then Veritas Registrars Limited, represented by CEO Ogochukwu Okonko. It is also my pleasure to acknowledge the presence of representatives of our regulatory authorities. The Securities and Exchange Commission, represented by Mr. Zekeli Adams. Thank you. Nigerian Exchange Limited, NGX, represented by Bonaventure Onwuji. The Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, represented by Mrs. Comfort Osondu. The payroll
the group as at 31 December 2023 and of their consolidated and separate financial performance and their consolidated and separate cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with international financial reporting standards and the requirements of the Companies and Allied Matters Act and the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Amendment Act 2023. What we have audited: Dangote Sugar Refinery PLC's consolidated and separate financial statements comprise the consolidated and separate statements of financial position as at 31 December 2023, the consolidated and separate statements of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for the year then ended, the consolidated and separate statements of changes in equity for the year then ended, the consolidated and separate statements of cash flows for the year then ended, and the notes to the consolidated and separate financial statements, which include a summary of material accounting policies. I then go to the last page, where the last paragraph is, which is on page 134. Report on other legal and regulatory requirements. The Companies and Allied Matters Act requires that in carrying out our audit, we consider and report to you on the following matters. We confirm that, 1, we have obtained all the information and explanations which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purposes of our audit. The company has kept proper books of accounts so far as appears from our examination of those books, and returns adequate for our audit have been received from locations not visited by us. 3, the company's statement of financial position and statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with the books of account and returns. In accordance with the requirements of the Financial Reporting Council, we performed a limited assurance engagement and reported on management's assessment of Dangote Sugar Refinery PLC's internal control over financial reporting as of 31 December 2023. The work performed was done in accordance with the FRC Guidance and Assurance Engagement Report on Internal Control over Financial Reporting, issued by the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, and we have issued an unqualified opinion in our report dated 1 March 2024, signed by myself, 1 March 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Inka Isuf. I now call on the chairman of the Audit Committee, Mr. Olusegun Olusanya, to present the Audit Committee's report, please.
Chairman of the Board, other directors, distinguished shareholders, I present the Audit Committee's report on behalf of the members of the Audit Committee, which you can find on page 123 of the report of the company. To the members of Dangote Sugar Refinery, in compliance with Section 4047 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, we have reviewed the consolidated and separate financial statements of Dangote Sugar Refinery PLC for the year ended 31st December 2023 and hereby state as follows. We have exercised our statutory functions under Section 4047 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. We deliberated with the external auditors who confirmed that necessary cooperation was received from management in the course of their statutory audit, and we are satisfied with management's response on the auditor's memorandum of recommendations and with the effectiveness of the company's system of accounting and internal control. The accounting and reporting policies of the company for the year ended 31st December 2023 are in accordance with legal requirements and agreed ethical practices, and the scope of planning of both the external and internal audits were adequate in our opinion. And in our opinion, the scope and planning of the audit for this year ended 31st December 2023 were adequate, and the management responses to the auditor's finding were satisfactory. Signed by my humble self, Olusegun Olusanya, and members of the audit committee, Madam Dahiru Ado, Adija Mohibat Dankaka, Miriam Bashar, and Uzoma Nwaku, signed by our humble selves. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olusanya. Are there any questions relating to the financial statements or the activities of the company which shareholders wish to ask? Yes, BC.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, Board of Directors, Regulatory Authorities present, eminent shareholders, good morning. My name is Mrs. Bakari Adebisi. Mr. Chairman, I'm not going to take much of your time this morning because I've earlier sent my question 24 hours ago. But Mr. Chairman, I want you to tell us updates on the merger between Dangote Sugar, NASCON, and Dangote Rice merger. We would like to know the update on this. Lastly, Mr. Chairman, page 135, consolidated and separate statement of financial position. Mr. Chairman, I observed that our trade and other receivables under current assets went up from 107.4 billion to 131.8 billion during the year under review. Mr. Chairman, I want to ask that what steps are we taking in making sure that some of these receivables did not turn to expected credit loss, and at the end, they will turn to bad debt that we are going to write off. Thank you once again for the opportunity given to me.
Thank you very much. Tambari.
Mr. Chairman, Board of Directors, my colleague shareholders, good morning. Mr. Chairman, I will join also my colleague to be very brief. I want to just ask about the Q1 result, since our Q4 result were in lost. So is there any progress? Is there any progress concerning the 2024 first quarter result? Also concerning the SEC issue between Dangote Sugar and SEC, what happened some weeks ago? I would still like to know what is going on concerning the Dangote Rice that affected the issue of the merger formally. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Baba.
Thank you very much, my chairman. My name is Alaji Mosuru Yakubu Titilayo. I must first of all thank our chairman for the role you are playing. Don't think it's offside. In other sectors apart from the food, may Allah in His infinite mercy continue to protect and support you.
Amen.
My question is, we had a loss of, especially foreign exchange loss, as indicated on page 81, of about 172 billion. And I know you are working so hard on backward integration. And as per your report, you've indicated that you've expended over $700 million. The Allah keep on supporting. So my clarification and question is, how far would that be able to limit us and avoid the future loss of that type of amount, so that all people like us can continue to get dividend? We are used to it, and we thank you for the past dividend. So we are looking forward to very good dividend. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Oba. Can't see. Okay. Next, we see. What's his name?
The chairman of the board of Dangote Sugar, members here present, my fellow shareholder. My name is Patrick.
Patrick,
Ajudo.
yeah. Ajudo, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Chairman, I'm going to be very brief along with my colleague. And I will be asking you on page 17 how do you hope to secure the needed fund for the development of Nasarawa Sugar Company? This will enable the commencement of full-scale production and to sustain domestic sugar backward integration program. Lastly, Mr. Chairman, you talked about the goal of sugar backward integration master plan as your main focus. Unfortunately, by 2024, which we are, Nigeria was still heavily dependent on import of sugar and may remain so, thereby making the sufficiency in sugar production a mirage. What are we not getting right, Mr. Chairman? As the country produces less than 10% of its sugar needs domestically. I want to tell shareholders that we are going to support you today on all the resolution, with or without no dividend, because you have been paying dividend before. We know by next year, God willing, we'll go back and pay dividend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Patrick. Any other question? Okay, I'll take one more, yes.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, and
Morning.
good morning, other directors and esteemed shareholder. The name is William Sadibayo. Mr. Chairman, as usual, I won't take much of your time. But whichever way we look at it, if you are in your meeting, it is important that we appreciate you, what you have been able to do under corporate social responsibilities. From page 34 and 109, you have effectively taken care of all the communities under which we operate. 3,000 community members were given free health program. So also 300 secondary school leavers were granted scholarship. This is a good one. Please give him a round of applause. If you look at the advantages that over 100 Newman empowerment programs scholarship have been given, one will have cause to thank you. Today we are not going on with any dividend, but we shall continue to remain grateful for all your support in terms of donation, in terms of monetary, to all communities that you have been able to eke out the golden egg each year that we normally operate. Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you, and I pray that God in His infinite mercy will give you good health and progress in all your endeavor. Thank you for the opportunity given. God bless you.
Thank you very much. All right, so let me have time now to answer the questions, that we have already. The questions that we have is that first is to discuss about the merger. Yes, the merger was actually, postponed because SEC wanted the rice mills to start, which now will start commissioning the one of Jigawa anytime from now. Actually, it might be even better for us as shareholders so that you can see what we can gain, because we have total of about 1 million tons of capacity, which is almost about 34% of the national processing capacity in the country. It's not a small, capacity. So for people that know the one in Lagos, we are 5 times the size of Lagos, and we are spread in about 5 states. So on the merger, as soon as we get to a certain this thing, even though I disagree with SEC, but that is a discussion for another day. We'll go back and apply again when the time is right. On the receivables, no, receivables were actually monitoring them, and these receivables are with big customers like Coca-Cola, 7-Up, and Co. So it's not really with the mushroom companies, we have, and the receivables are not old. So it's like a turnover, this thing, we give them a line, but then we're always winding down, then we'll create another line. So your money is quite safe, there's no issue. And then Alaji Tambari also mentioned about Q1 results. Yes, Q1 results will be released today because the exchange have not really uploaded it yet on the portal, so we can't announce it. But what I can tell you is that we're doing whatever it takes to make sure that at the end of the day, like what the other shareholders, Baba mentioned that, yes, we've been paying dividend, because if you look at our dividend last year was almost 50% more. So by the grace of God, we'll try and get out of the mess. The biggest mess created was actually the devaluation of the Naira from 460 to 1,400. And you can see almost 97% of the companies, especially in food and beverages businesses, none of them will pay dividend this year for sure. But we will try and get out of it as soon as possible. So, and that relates to the next question, which, by the grace of God, we want to see that at the end of the day, no matter how small, we'll be able to pay some dividend, especially if there is a rebound of the Naira. The other question is to do with backward integration. I think Patrick, you are the one who raised backward integration, right? Sugar master plan. You are right. The sugar master plan, we have now taken it very, very serious. But to say the least, is true. The industry as a whole, not us, we did not really push as we're supposed to push in terms of the backward integration. We have done a lot, but we also have our fears, because if there's no proper implementation, we don't want to go and sink a lot of your money and we end up losing money. Because if government is not following or making sure that everybody behaves, then we will not be able to, make money. So, but right now, I think they have called us, we have sat down, and I can assure you, on our own, we think the best future of this company is through the backward integration. Because backward integration, will actually give you much, much more profit and stability, and it will erase all these exchange rate losses. So, by the grace of God, in the next, 4 years maximum, our company should be producing what we are selling currently, all domestic, 100% domestic. If we import any sugar, by the grace of God, it will only be to complement what we are producing. But our target is to hit about 700,000 tons, at least, between Nasarawa and, Numan. Of course, we are dealing also with communities. Sometimes you have issues of communities, but as they come up, we are sorting them out. We think this backward integration is very important for you people to know what we are doing. So every AGM will actually now tell you how far we have gone and what we hope to achieve the following year, so that you can be fully abreast of what we are doing. So thank you very much. So I hereby propose that since there are more, we don't have any more other questions, I hereby propose that the audited financial statements for the period ended 31st December 2023, together with the reports of the directors, auditors, and the audit committee thereon submitted to the meeting, be and is hereby received. Will someone please second this motion? Yes, the lady there. Mention your name.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is David Adenike Okoyemi Aisoju.
Thank you very much, Adike. The audited financial statements for the period ended 31st December 2023, together with the reports of the directors, auditors, and the audit committee has now been received, and there is no requirement to vote on this resolution. We will now move over to item 2 on the agenda. The item 2 on the agenda is to re-elect retiring directors. This is to be carried by separate resolutions for each director. Pursuant to Section 274, subsection 1 of the CAMA and the Articles of Association of the company, the Board of Directors, at its meeting held on July 28, 2023, appointed a new director, Ms. Maria Aliko Dangote, as Executive Director of the company, with effect from July 28, 2023. The appointment was promptly announced to shareholders via the NGX Issuers Portal, and her profile is shown at page 100 of the annual reports and financial statements for the 2023. Ms. Maria Dangote, can you stand up for recognition, please? Will someone please propose the motion that Maria Aliko Dangote's appointment to the board be approved by members? Somebody.
Mr. Chairman, I hereby propose Maria Aliko Dangote as director of this company. Thank you. My name is Kabiru Abdullahi Tambari, shareholder.
Thank you very much, Tambari. Will someone please second the motion for the appointment of Maria Aliko Dangote? The gentleman behind BC. Yes. No, the other gentleman. Okay.
My name is Matthew Akinade, President of Noble Shareholders Association. I second that motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akinade, for seconding the motion. Those in favor of this motion, please signify by raising your right hands. Those against, they are absent. I now declare that the motion has been carried unanimously. Thank you very much. And now, Ms. Maria Aliko Dangote, if you can just say a few words. Take this.
Dear distinguished shareholders, thank you for ratifying my appointment as director.
So thank you. Pursuant to Section 273, subsection 1 of the CAMA and Clause 62 of the Articles of Association of the company, the following directors of the company will retire from being eligible for re-election. Will retire and being eligible for re-election. They have all offered themselves for re-election, as follows: Benedicta Moloku, Ms. Mariam Bashir, and Professor Koinshola Ajayi that I told you he got stuck at the airport. I hereby propose that Mrs. Benedicta Moloku be re-elected as a director of the company. Will someone please second the motion for the re-election of Mrs. Benedicta Moloku?
Mr. Chairman, my name is Prince Adewale Aremu, the National Coordinator of Heritage Shareholder Association from Ibadan. I second the motion, and thank you for the wonderful opportunity given to me this morning.
Thank you very much, Prince. Will someone please second the motion? Okay, let me go. The gentleman, yes.
Thank you, my chairman. The name is Engineer Victor Enyenaya. I support the motion.
Thank you very much, Engineer. Those in favor of this motion, please signify by raising your right hands. Those against the motion, please signify they are absent. So thank you very much. So I declare that the motion has been carried. Benedicta, can you say a few words of appreciation?
The chairman, fellow directors, shareholders, or fellow shareholders, I thank you very much for the confidence reposed in my continued service as the director of this company. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I hereby propose that Professor Koinshola Ajayi, SAN, be re-elected as a director of the company. Will someone please second the motion for the re-election of Professor Koinshola Ajayi? The lady behind Mr. Akilade, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Dosumu Pereira Fadekemi. I so do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dosumu. Will someone please second the motion of re-election of Professor Koinshola Ajayi? So let's go right to the side, the other lady.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Aramide Kazim. I hereby support the motion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let me go straight to the House. Those in favor of this motion, please signify by raising your right hand. Those against, absent. So the motion has been carried. I would like to thank the shareholders on behalf of Professor Koinshola Ajayi for the confidence reposed in him, and definitely he will continue to work for the company, also to protect stakeholders' interest. So thank you very much. We now proceed to the third item. No, sorry, we now go on to Ms. Mariam Bashir. I hereby propose that Ms. Mariam Bashir be re-elected as a director of the company. Will someone please second the motion? Ms. Bisi? Ms. Bisi Bakari.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I so do. I so move for the election of the director. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Those in favor of this motion, please signify by raising your right hands. So those against, so they are in Abuja. Okay, so the motion has been carried. So thank you very much for re-electing Ms. Mariam Bashir.
Thank you, Chairman. Dear distinguished shareholders, I thank you very much for my re-election. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We now proceed to the third item on the agenda, to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. Will someone please propose that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix the remuneration of the auditors for the financial year ending 31st December 2024? Okay, the gentleman in white.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Honorable Kola Alaga is my name. I so move.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kola. Will someone please second this motion? Okay, is that the lady at the back? Okay, if you don't, the gentleman with the red shirt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for giving this opportunity. The names are Ajayi Oluwafemi Philip. I so support.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ajayi. Those in favor of this motion, please signify by raising your right hands. Those against, absent, I declare that the motion has been unanimously carried. The fourth item on the agenda is to disclose the remuneration of managers. Section 257 of the CAMA provides that at this meeting, the remuneration of the managers of the company shall be disclosed. Accordingly, this item is provided at note 335.6 at page 183 of the annual reports and financial statements for the 2023 for the information of members. There is actually no need to vote on this disclosure. So we go straight to item number 5, is the election and re-election of the members of the audit committee. Our audit committee consists of 3 representatives of the shareholders and 2 directors in line with section 404, subsection 3 of CAMA. The directors have elected their own representatives. They are Ms. Mariam Bashir and Mr. Uzoma Nwako. The company secretary received 27 nominations for the election to the audit committee. Out of these, 8 nominees were valid. Subsequently, 5 nominees withdrew, leaving the following 3 persons as shareholder members of the audit committee. Ms. Olusegun Olusanya, nominated by Dr. Farouk. Haja Muhibat Dankaka, nominated by Mrs. Bisi Bakari. Thank you. Malam Dahiru Ado, nominated by Mr. Patrick Ajudua. Thank you. In the absence of any other valid nominations, the 3 shareholders' nominees stand unopposed. I propose the motion that pursuant to section 404 of CAMA, that a statutory audit committee of the company be and is hereby constituted till the next annual general meeting of the company with the following shareholders and non-executive directors. 1, Mr. Olusegun Olusanya, shareholder. 2, Haja Muhibat Dankaka, shareholder. 3, Mr. Dairu Ado, shareholder. And Mrs. Mariam Bashir, non-executive director, and Mr. Uzoma Nwako, non-executive director. Will someone please second the motion? Yes, Ajura.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion. My name is Patrick Ajudo.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you so much. Will someone second the motion, please? Madam.
Yeah? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Esther Funke.
Thank you very much, Esther. I hope you are doing much better. So we thank God. Those in favor of this motion, please signify by raising your right hand. Okay, those against? Well, actually, this motion has been carried unanimously. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the final business of this meeting. No, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, the item, sorry, I forgot. The item 6 on the agenda is to disclose the age of the director on the attainment of 70 years. Section 278 of KAMA provides that any person who is appointed or to his knowledge proposed to be appointed director of a public company who is 70 or more years old shall disclose this fact to the members of the general meeting. Ms. Benedicta Moloku wishes to disclose to the members at this meeting that she attained the age of 70 years on January 31st, 2024. Thank you. Thank you so much. Accordingly, this item is disclosed at page 112 under the corporate governance report in the annual report and financial statements for 2023 for the information of members. There's actually no need, there's no requirement to vote on this disclosure. The final item on the agenda, which is agenda 7, is to fix the remuneration of directors pursuant to section 293 of the KAMA. The remuneration of directors is determined by the company at the annual general meeting. Will someone please propose that the directors be and are hereby authorized to fix the remuneration of the directors for the financial year ending 31st December 2024 at 4 million each for the non-executive directors? Can somebody? Okay, Jambari, I'll give you the microphone.
My name is Kabiru Abdullahi Tambari. Mr. Chairman, sir, before I propose, I want to use this opportunity on behalf of the shareholders to congratulate one of our director, Mrs. Benedicta, on her 70th birthday celebration. We wish you happy birthday, but madam, you are not looking like 70. So after the AGM, I will ask you what you are taking the secret so that you can give to me. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I, Kabiru Abdullahi Tambari, I hereby propose the remuneration of the directors for the year 2024. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tambari. Will someone please second the motion? Okay, the gentleman behind Tambari, he has been raising his hands. Yes. No, behind. No, the one in dark color. Yes. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I so do. My name is Onyiwola Musmola.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bisola. Those in favor of this motion, please signify by raising your right hands. Those against the motion, please signify. I declare that the motion has been carried unanimously. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the formal business of this meeting, as all 7 items on the agenda have actually been considered with the resolution passed. I thank you all on behalf of the Board of Directors for attending this meeting, and I now declare this 18th Annual General Meeting of Dangote Sugar PLC closed. I look forward to seeing you next year, by the grace of God, with dividend.